All right, this is just a real quick. I just wanted to give you these references. This one is called iCircuit. It's about $4.99. That basically you can download this and kind of look at circuits, and it'll show you some of the stuff going on with in real time with an oscilloscope to get so as you're putting circuits together that you can get some real basic understanding. And here's another one called Every Circuit. And you can Google this also, and you can put it on your, your iPad or your computer or whatever that can help you understand some real basic circuit functions. The other one was LT Spice, and with any of these, you can go through the circuits and see what's happening on each one of those circuits and analyze what's going on with them. With basic components and basic circuits that should be most of your processors, that the basic things that they do should be pretty basic. Some of them can be very, very complex, but the complexities, as you understand the basics, will be simpler and simpler. I'm still working on that kind of stuff, so don't, it's some of it can be complex. And the other one was this Live Spice thing that, that you can do the same thing, and it's in real time that you can actually see what's going on in the circuit. Right now, I don't have it hooked up to anything, but normally you can hook up your microphone or an AC current or DC current or some kind of wave from that input. And so you can get a basic understanding of what's happening to the circuits. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there, as those 4 ones are really good for you to just kind of check into, to just kind of mess around and maybe get some basic understanding of the circuits. I'm doing this myself, so to really understand what's happening inside the hardware, and how much you actually understand of it. Any understanding of it can be very helpful, even if you get a real basic understanding, so that you can understand with something going through a processor, what's happening when it comes out the other side of the processor, and what might have happened to it while you're doing things, when you're pushing buttons or whatever, and you're really looking at what's going on about what might have happened there. And sometimes, like I said, that this can be very much related to just micro, signal flow, and also a really important thing as far as sound sculpting with your signal flow, because when you've got signal flow going through and you have things happening to your audio and your audio signal, that you can address those issues properly. So I hope that helps out a lot, and at worst you download those programs, all of them. The one here that is Every Circuit is like $14, but this LT Spice and the Live Spice you can download for free, and you can at least mess around with them, and you might have some fun, because it's kind of cool. And if you're into audio engineering and anything that's going on with your signal, that all that kind of stuff is really cool. And you can sit there, the demo, even on, if you just watch the demo on this here on Every Circuit, as they're messing around with some kind of circuit components, what it's doing to the waveform, and so that you got a lot better understanding what might be happening, and or ways you can use that to your advantage, while you are working in the studio, and different components and different processors and different effects and plugins or whatever, that even a little bit of understanding of that might, you might come up with some cool ways to use some of that stuff, and relate it more to what's actually happening rather than just some knob or button that does something. And have an understanding that might be something simulated capacitor and a resistor, or all kinds of different things going on inside the circuitry or inside of the software and the written code, to have a little bit better understanding of what's happening, or to use as another tool. So I hope that helps, and I hope you have some fun with that, and peace, hope, love.